who have that option have to make their option. Russell Westbrook of the Lakers will be Russell Westbrook of the Lakers. I'm going to guess the Lakers wished that the former MVP would have maybe opted out. Why would he? Nobody else is going to give him that money. And after Kyrie Irving opts in for his 36 point whatever, Russell Westbrook will get 47.1. Good morning to you. Merry Wednesday. It is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
Hello.
Oh, that's not working. All right. So maybe you're going to have to.
Check. 1, 2.
All right. So, but here's the deal, dude. My little controller's gone. I can't control your mic because it's gone. So do you have a mic that works? What about that one? See, we tried to do this beforehand, but we couldn't because, no, man. All right, so it'll be me until we figure out how to get JJ on the radio. I don't know where the little box went, JJ. And Namarie's pointing to the sky, so that means God controls it. Where, man?
I can't.
Here, talking to my mic while I try to. You're talking to that one because that one works.
The unsolvable Rubik's Cube that is the Los Angeles Lakers roster in regards to Russell Westbrook. You look at the New York Knicks for some reason deciding it's all right. We'll figure it out. Don't you worry.
Which one's that?
This is supposed to be number 4. That I'm supposed to be talking to.
That's up as high as it goes.
That's
Try
fine.
that other one. All right. Hey.
Check it. Okay.
Yeah, that one's nice. Look at that. I didn't even see the little thing. All right, well, no, this is award-winning radio right here. All right, so here's what happened, boys and girls. Having some issues in the studio, and then there's a little mic control over here, which was gone, I thought, but it's been moved. And we might have found one microphone that works, but it's away from the computer. Anyway, Russ opted in. Surprise to you?
No. But it's business decision. Same thing for Kyrie Irving. As much as people were talking about Kyrie bouncing somewhere else, signing trade deals, the only team that was interested was the Lakers. And what were they offering? Russell Westbrook. And for Brooklyn, they're like, no.
Why would you do that?
We'd rather just get rid of all these headaches that we had this past season than say, I know, yes to Russell Westbrook. So here we go.
Well, I told you, I don't know, on the Kyrie thing. I mean, I was fairly emphatic about this, right? Kyrie to the Lakers. How are you? As much as that would be cute, it would be fun. It might even be what he wants, and it might be what the Lakers want, and it could even be what the Nets want. How are you going to make that happen? There's no way he was going free agent and taking $6 million and walking away from $36 million, and all the Lakers had to move was Russell Westbrook. And why the hell would the Nets do that? Like, there was, as cute as that talk was, and as much national airtime as that got, when was that ever going to happen?
It wasn't. The only thing was a pipe dream of Kyrie Irving opting out of his deal, becoming an unrestricted free agent, and taking the mid-level exception with the Lakers.
Yeah, so that didn't happen. You've got the Knicks clearing more space to go after Jalen Brunson tomorrow. That almost feels done, doesn't it? Jalen Brunson to the Knicks. They signed his dad as an assistant coach. They're clearing space. There's a report on CBS this morning that basically makes it sound like it's done. And while, of course, you can't talk to anybody until the season or the window opens for free agency, it basically sounds like a done deal. Then it's 4 years, 110. The Mavericks can offer him. It's 110 million. Yeah, the Mavericks can offer him a 5th year. His dad has been hired by the Knicks as an assistant coach. Like that one at 12:01 Eastern time tomorrow morning, right after midnight tonight, 10:01 our time tonight, that should be done.
It will be done.
Yeah.
It's one say good on you, Jalen Brunson, for your performances in the postseason, but it's not a good move for the Knicks.
I don't think so either.
Jalen Brunson is a good number 2.
Yeah.
He's not a lead guard. The Knicks don't have anything for him to lead right now, and it doesn't make a lot of sense why all of a sudden they're so infatuated with Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Now he's going to be maybe the cheapest of the options in regards to if you tried to get in the Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal conversation. If those guys came on the market, because probably going to have to double them up. So it's a really good guard, and 4 years, $100 million is on the cheap for Jalen Brunson.
Well,
but he's better off playing off Luka Doncic. He's better off being a number 2 if there is a true star or superstar level player around him. And the Knicks are going to make this big splash. Like, look at us. We got Jalen Brunson.
Good on you.
It's not going to take him anywhere.
Well, and they're clearing money, so they're going to try to do more, right? They're going to try to do a lot more. They sent Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel yesterday, along with 2 second-round picks and $6 million cash, to the Pistons, and it'll clear up space, cap space. So that cleared up $19 million for this year. I know we're playing with Play-Doh. I know we're playing with Monopoly money. I know it's crazy. But somebody has got to want to go play with the Knicks. Somebody's got to want, and everybody tells me it's New York City, it's the Mecca, it's the basketball capital, it's where everybody wants to be. Everybody's going to want to go. Who has? They've been bad for 2 decades. And I guess you could say, well, yeah, somebody's going to want to be that guy. Somebody's going to want to do it. Somebody's going to want to go in, and Jalen Brunson will be there, and who's going to go with him? And I think they'll be better next year. There'll be a nice free agent that will join them this year. I just don't think it'll be the guys, whoever the guys happen to be.
Well, Jalen Brunson, they're clearing the cap space to sign Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
They won't be able to sign anyone
You don't
else.
think there's anybody else going there?
No,
That's
don't
where this
have the
19 million.
space.
Oh, that didn't.
They're clearing all this so they can offer Jalen Brunson $100 million.
Good for him.
And so it's,
All right. So he can play with Julius Randle.
yeah, because Mitchell Robinson is a free agent.
And Barrett.
And so you have Brunson,
Barrett.
Emmanuel Quickly, and Julius Randle.
All right. Cute. They might make the playoffs. It's not a championship caliber team. All right, we got a lot to do. I got all kinds of stuff. Sebastian Noel's the voice of the people. He had a birthday the other day. He's going to join us coming up at 8:30 this morning. Big week for the Gladiators. He, of course, is the voice of the Gladiators. We'll talk to him, high school stuff as we hit midsummer, what's going on there. So we'll always look forward to that conversation with Sebastian coming up at 8:30 this morning. I got something. And can we be flexible with Caroline? So I got so many stories for you guys. I'm not going to bog you down. I got off of this last trip was honestly, dude, one of the coolest. Period. Like on so many levels, one of the coolest trips. But the event we went to on Sunday night was the Legacy Awards. The Roone Arledge Award was given out to Jane Kennedy. If you guys don't know the Jane Kennedy story, you should. But one of the first people who came up to me is that I brought my 16-year-old daughter on this trip. It was the National Sports Media Awards weekend, and it was really cool. But a young lady came up to me, and I don't remember if she Jeff or Mr. Symbieta. I hope she said Jeff. But anyway, she won the Jim Nance Award. The Jim Nance Award is given to the best college journalist. And she had just graduated from the University of Notre Dame, and I thought that was really cool, a young lady named Caroline Pineda. And she went to El Dorado High School like you did. She's a Porteña. She was with her mom. Her mom was so super proud. And she got the award on Monday night at that banquet. And she didn't know it, but she gets called up to the stage, and before she speaks, they point you to the video board, and there's Jim Nance. And Nance was there at probably at Hartford last week and cut a thing specifically for her. He says, "I've seen your reel. You're special. I'm so honored to have your name associated with this award with my name." It was just one of those moments and she didn't know it was coming. But anyway, she was going to be on with us. I just thought it was so cool that this national award winner was from El Dorado High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I knew, hey, Marie, it's right up your alley. It was right up Addie's alley. It was so cool. And she's working for the Washington Post for a couple more weeks, I think. The Washington Post. And then she's going up to New York and going to work for NBC Sports.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Let's go Eagles.
Yeah.
Winning awards left and right.
Yeah, it was really cool. So Jane Kennedy was the first black woman on sports television. She Phyllis George was on the NFL Today, and in 1978, Jane Kennedy joined Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, Jimmy the Greek. Actually, Jimmy the Greek came in with her, and they had this great run on the NFL Today. And that was the NFL Today was it, man. You watched it. Everybody watched it. There was no ESPN pregame show, no NFL Today, no everything else. She was on the first black woman on the cover of Playboy. She was on Vogue and just she was actress, model, but she was really, really good at what she did. And so Addie got to spend a few minutes talking to her. This particular weekend, the achievements of women in sports that were honored, to see Caroline win that award, to have Jane Kennedy honored, and then Jackie McMullen went into the Hall of Fame. And can I tell you the highlight of my weekend? So my daughter met everybody, man. She's there. I got pictures with her, Charles Barkley and Ernie Johnson, and we talked to all those people. All that was cool. Van Pelt was terrific. Like all that. JJ was so cool. But when went up to Jackie McMullen on Monday night, they have a reception before, and I went over to introduce Addie, and I said, "I am," and she says, "I know who you are." I'm like, "Whoa, all right." That was the highlight of my
Like, hey, now, okay.
That was big. But I might sprinkle in a few stories from the week, if that's cool, throughout the day. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. That's how to get to us today. Emails come in at jeff@sportsanimалabq.com, jj@sportsanimалabq.com on the Twitter. Follow JJ @_JJ Buck. The Facebook, The OD in The AM. You can watch our show. Adrian is producing for us on ProView Networks, Comcast Channel 26, and ProView's YouTube channel, and, of course, on our Facebook page. And then now you can text 505-246-0610. A. Marie is producing on the radio side. When we come back, Serena was back at Wimbledon, and it was an insane match. You catch any of it? It was really, really intense. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Titus and Tate, a podcast from 2 of 7.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dreams are stuck away. color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all.
Serena played last night, and for the first time in a year, when she limped off the court at Wimbledon, and she got beat in 3 sets, and so it was over. Only the third time in her career that Serena Williams has been beat in the first round of a Grand Slam event. And she was asked afterwards, was this your last time on center court? Was this your last time at Wimbledon? And she said, I don't know. And then she was asked, if it is, are you okay with it? And she's like, well, no, I'm not. You know me. No, I'm not. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Serena loses 7-5, 1-6, and then 7-6 with a tiebreaker, a 10-7 tiebreaker to Harmony Tan. It was 3 hours plus. It was a 10-point third set tiebreak. It was just unbelievable point after unbelievable point. Serena's 41 years old. Who's undefeated?
Father Time.
Serena's the best we've ever seen, right? I mean, we have. Martina Navratilova was terrific, and if you want to make that argument, I think that's a fair argument. She's better than Billie Jean King, Chris Evert. She was just amazing. She's 41. She's a mom. She's had her injuries. I remember telling you about 4 or 5 years ago, enjoy this, man, because this ain't going to last forever either, right? But that's significant, her going down the first round of Wimbledon.
It is. And I think we have seen the last of Serena Williams, major champion. Will she try it?
Away. She's 1 away from the record.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to get to the end, to win one of the 4 major championships in tennis, I do not believe we're going to see that again.
Yeah. She lost to Tan, who's the 115th ranked player in the world. Tan was making her main draw debut, and her main draw debut is against Serena Williams on center court at Wimbledon. Like, give that young lady some love. She admitted afterwards she's a legend. She said, and I don't know that I've ever heard a professional athlete say this on a stage like this. She says, I was scared. She said, I was scared. She says, and imagine this. And I this is why I give Harmony Tan so much love and credit on this. So you finally make it to that stage. You're the 115th ranked player in the world. You're really good, right? You're 115th ranked. You're a good professional. I don't care if it's tennis, golf. Well, it's different in tennis. Whatever. But you make it to the big leagues. And you're finally there, and you're standing at home plate, and there's Justin Verlander, Clayton Kershaw, or who's today's best, right? Who's the legend that you would have grown up with? You make it to the NBA, and you go in, or go guard LeBron, guard Steph, right? That's what it is. And she's out there on center court with the world pulling. And not only Serena, but Serena after Serena hadn't been there for a year, so everybody's there. Everybody's loving on her. And she beat her in a tiebreak. I don't know if we'll ever hear from Harmony Tan again. I don't know if she ever wins anything. But how about that debut on center court at Wimbledon to get to that level?
And to have that moment against a legend, against an idol, and acknowledge, I'm really nervous. You see that name.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just really happy to be here and earn my way in. And then I have to play Serena Williams. All the momentum, all the hype coming back. First time in a long time for Serena to be back in the major tournament in Wimbledon. And hang on. Like, Serena battled.
Well, and she pumps her in the second set. What was it, 6-1, right? So you're thinking, all right, Serena's back. And she broke, so she was serving to win the match at 5. I want to say at 5-4, yeah. And she lost. Tan broke her. And that's what forced it to go. It was just a great watch. And if you got it, you got it. It's good. You know, the bummer is Serena's out, and you don't know any of the names probably unless you're a tennis follower. And so you're going to tell me it's a tougher watch, and maybe, you know, you watch. She's Tiger for tennis, right? She's Tiger. You'll watch if Serena's in. Are you going to watch if she's not? I mean, are you going to watch Harmony Tan play whoever Harmony Tan plays next? You know, probably not. But that was something special. It really was. All right. Dodgers and Rockies. What's with the Rockies? Rockies won 2 in a row over the Dodgers? What's going on over there? They battled. They beat Clayton Kershaw around the house last night. Look at you with your Avalanche. Have you worn that ever since, by the way? Congratulations on the cup. I was thinking of you Sunday
in the
night.
Break room, one of our coworkers like, "Are you wearing that every day this week?" I'm like, one, it's a different jersey.
All right.
I wore the white one on Monday.
Couldn't tell the difference.
What were those big market guys telling you that?
Burgundy.
They were calling Avalanche very small market.
Who was?
The 4-letter network.
The 4-letter
They're
network.
like, is it good for a small market team to win a championship? I'm like, when has Denver ever been a small market anyway? And the answer to that
They're
question
not
is,
New York or Boston. That's another thing I learned this
the
week.
answer to that question is always yes.
Nothing exists west of the Mississippi River out there, man.
We know.
I mean, I know that, and it was just so reaffirmed this week. But yeah, congratulations, man.
So I have a home and an away hockey sweater, and this is the only time I've worn a jersey in like a decade. And heck yes, Stanley Cup champs. Maybe a little of that magic is being sprinkled on the Rockies to win a whole 2 games against the Dodgers.
What'd you do Sunday night when they won?
Just
Like, did you
hung
jump
out
on
with Austin?
Did you jump on the couches? Like,
I just sat there with a smile. Like, I haven't enjoyed a sporting event like that in a long time. And usually I'm watching these games. I'm like enjoying sports, but there's so many different things going through my head. Like, all right, what's the storyline going to come out of this? You know, what's the take from this decision? I just sat there with Austin for the final 5 minutes.
and you were a fan.
And I was like, they're trying to win that big trophy, son. He's like, they get a trophy?
The one they
Yes,
dented.
they
yeah,
do.
the one that dude dropped on the ice.
They can buff it out.
in.
There's no trophy in sports. Like, if it could talk,
Yeah.
the Stanley Cup
right.
trophy
That's right.
would be the most entertaining trophy to talk
And
to
there'd be a
because
bunch of dudes canceled.
yeah. Like, let me tell you what I have seen.
Yeah.
I have seen some things now.
Yeah, that's right. That's really cool. Hey, Tommy, you want to hit it on tennis? What's up, Tommy?
Hey, guys, Tommy the Truth back at you. Good morning, Jeff, JJ, and Viking Murray. I do agree with JJ. I think that cup, actually, would you say it's the best-looking cup out of all the championship cups, even
I
the
think
Super
so.
Bowl one?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's
Yeah,
insane.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I do. I like. Well, they're all different. You know what? I mean, I don't know. You like crystal basketball? Do you like? But yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Okay. About tennis, I've been, watching tennis since Connors and Borg I play. And I think what Serena has to do, everybody said that about Tiger and golf, that he was going to win another major, and he got it done. I think she's going to have to be very selective on the tournaments that she does play in. and there's the 4 majors, and she's just going to have to protect her body. I still think it's possible for her. She's just coming off injury, but possible for her to win that major and get that record, then, ride off into the sunset. She's just going to have to be very selective. And I'll give her this one because she's coming off that injury. It's going to take a while to get back into her game, but I think it's possible. But it's just going to have to be, everything's going to have to flow just right for her to get that last major win.
Yeah, and she's been so close a couple of times, Tommy. I mean, we all, tuned into the U.S. Open when she was right there on center court. Okay, we're going to watch the coronation today, and she's been there at Wimbledon. It just has. She's gotten to the final. So she hasn't been able to get over the top. It's been so close.
Yeah, I hope she does do it because I think I've seen Martina, and then you forget Steffi Graf was dominating.
Yeah, Steffi was great too. Steffi and Martina were as good. Like we all loved Chris Everett, but she wasn't like those two. Yeah.
Oh no, I think Serena is the best ever out of all the women, and I would love to see it. You remember back in the day when Bobby Riggs played Billie Jean King, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have been before my day, but I remember. I know the story really well. I've seen the documentaries on it.
Yeah, I've always wondered how she would do. I don't think she could beat a guy in the top 10, but with her power back in the day, I think she could maybe handle the guy in the top 100 or 200 in a minute.
Yeah, she beat that guy.
yeah, I saw it. That was funny. Yeah. All right, guys, have a great day.
Tommy, thanks. Bye. Yeah, she beat that guy. Steffi Graf was terrific. I almost want to say we could work on this board too, but I'm afraid it'll be down for a while. Steffi Graf and Martina were. Did you ever see them play? Those are before you. I mean, go back and look at some of the highlights, like the power, the grace, the domination that was there as well. They were just fantastic. All right, looking forward to catching up. I'm still kind of going through days of email. So you know what? On this trip, I did not open my work computer. I did look at my emails on the phone a couple times, but I don't know that I answered more than 3 of them. I didn't even look at the emails here. I sent you guys some stuff, but that was really it. So kind of getting back into the loop, looking forward to catching up with people, and hearing your stuff. I want to talk about the NBA stuff. Obviously, what's going on. Brooks Koepka spoke and Bryson DeChambeau spoke. How do you think they sounded yesterday as Liv gets set to play its second tour tomorrow? Or tournament?
I think they sounded like they're enjoying their Saudi money.
I want to get into that. Brooks and turns contentious, and it was.
Can we just stop?
Yeah.
You guys need to stop. Not the Live Golf talk. Like Bryson DeChambeau and like these guys like just destroying the PGA Tour. All right, you weren't happy, but this is not some positive change.
Pat Perez joined it too. Was in there on that.
Like Bryson DeChambeau sitting there. This is gonna be good for golf. Let's just move on. Stop. Just say we took the Saudi money. I'm rich.
I'm fixing golf. I'm fixing golf. I want to get into it, and there's a lot of people who really think that there's going to be a change of commissioner. Meanwhile, the PGA made a move yesterday to try to shore up what they're doing in the tour. It's we'll do that next as Liv gets ready to tee off its second golf tournament. It's the opening drive. Congratulations, by the way, to you two.
Hey, you too.
I heard you won something.
Well,
talk about that too.
You did too.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Arby's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Live Golf going to Portland. They'll play at Pumpkin Ridge, a very well-known, wonderful course. All right, so you're watching Live this weekend. You've got Brooksy and Bryson. Now they're all buddies, sitting next to each other. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. What happened to
These
that?
guys like hate each other, and it's some big rivalry.
Despised each other,
Now they're
right?
Captains on the Live Golf.
Now they're loaded up with Saudi cash. Everything's good. All right, they had a press conference yesterday. I don't know what these guys think, and I know that they're contentious, they're angry. The one thing they don't want to do is this press conference, right? People are going to ask them why, and somehow they feel that they've got to get around giving the reason of, well, it's money, which, I mean, just say it. Somehow they got to make you think that they're saving golf.
Yes.
That this is best for golf. And Pat Perez joined. Pat Perez is actually one of the guys that I think people have always really liked on tour. He's been outspoken. And the theme yesterday is Brooks and Bryson and Patrick Reed and Pat Perez was the PGA should have just listened to the players. And if the PGA listened to the players, we'd all still be there. Really? I mean, honestly, if they listened to the players and did what? So didn't enforce this rule, or you weren't going to
decided to give you $100 million for being in the PGA Tour already?
You weren't going to take your $125 million signing bonus and go? There were all kinds of questions, and none of them held back. And I guess, I don't know how to describe it, chaotic, out of control a little bit at a time. There was obviously a good prep session with the PR people at Live Golf. And there is a unified message. There are unified talking points. And the common theme is more time away from the game is more time with the families, more time to recover from injuries, more time, less work. And they didn't say more money, right? I don't know. Do you think they're calming people on this? Do you think, because I think the more they talk.
No, because they're scared to look bad, but they're looking bad having this conversation. Brooks Koepka, of course, every one of these guys is going to be asked about the Saudi government and what they have done. And Brooks Koepka's response was, everyone's allowed to have their opinions. We've heard it, but we're just here to play golf. Okay. Bryson DeChambeau.
What would you say to it? If you were over there, how would you answer the question? Look, JJ, if they offered you $100 million, you're probably going over there to play, right? So you're sitting in front of these guys, and they're asking you.
That's a great.
What would you say?
You're right.
What would you? No, honestly, because I have an idea what I would say, but what would you say?
Because we're sitting here, and if it was me, and they're like, "Boom, here's $100 million," and you've brought it up, to go be a broadcaster. The only thing you can say is, I'm doing this for the money. It's an unbelievable opportunity for my bank account.
But what about where the money's coming from, JJ? The Saudi government, they killed the journalists and the human rights violations. They're killing gay people and for being gay and lifestyles. And look at the human rights violations. And that's who you're in bed with.
Yep.
What would you say? Because that's kind of what's going on here.
I don't think I'd be able to sit there and spin that.
So I think my response would be, I would probably try to look at that reporter, say I disagree with, here's what I would say. I said I'm not happy with any of that. I don't approve of that.
But
our country, the United States of America, we're Americans. Our country's doing business with them. Our country's doing importing oil and vegetables and whatever. I would know. I'd be up on it. As an individual, yes, I'm working with an arm of the Saudi government.
You can say you're uncomfortable with it and then do it, though.
Well,
right? You just have to say,
I didn't say
don't
uncomfortable.
care.
I didn't say uncomfortable. I said I don't approve of it. I'm not happy with it. But yeah, guys, is this business? It is. Am I being compensated handsomely? I am. And is that part of the conversation? Is that part of the decision making? Yeah, it is. Have I thought about for whom I'm working? Guys, the United States government's working with the Saudis. So you're telling me individuals shouldn't be? Like I kind of go down that path. I think. I wouldn't try to skirt it. We're saving golf.
That stuff needs to stop.
Yeah.
And especially the Bryson DeChambeau, when he said, quote, golf is a force for good. And I think as time goes on, hopefully people will see the good that they are doing.
We're stupid.
And
Everybody's
what they are trying to accomplish rather than looking at the bad that's happened before. Like that stuff stop. Like, because that's the sports washing. That's exactly what the Saudis want out of this. It's just say, overlook all this. It's going to be good moving forward. And to your point, Jeff, you're right. Like, all right, it's easy to scream when you're not in that position. But you're Bryson DeChambeau. You're Brooks Koepka. Like, these are some of the most well-off guys in the game right now.
Now they're weller off.
And they're richer.
Yeah.
And I think all I could say, if I was sitting there, some of these guys, they have issues with the PGA Tour. They didn't like the way some things were working. So you could say, the PGA Tour, there are some things I didn't like about it, but this was an unbelievable business opportunity, and I cannot turn down
$100 million.
$100 million.
Hey, Marie, what do we got?
Tournaments.
We got who do we got? I don't even see back there. Is she there?
Yes.
She is. You got Brooks? Is that kind of all right? On the yeah. Can we hear that? So it'll be Brooks and Bryson on the money on why they went. All right. Here's Bryson first.
Bryson, Mark Schleybaugh with ESPN. I know you said it was a business decision and you can do more in your community.
Yeah.
Did you have any concerns about the source of the money, and do you understand some people's concerns about it?
I respect it. I understand people's decisions on their comments and whatnot, but as it relates to me, I've personally made that on my own, as my own decision, and I won't say any more on that. There's no need. We're golfers at the end of the day. And I think that I respect everybody's opinion. That's the most important thing people can hopefully understand out of me, is that I do respect it. But golf is a force for good, and I think as time goes on, hopefully people will see the good that they are doing and what they're trying to accomplish, rather than looking at the bad that's happened before. I think moving on from that is important, and going and continue to move forward in a positive light is something that could be a force.
Yeah.
All right, so it's so condescending. I'm just smarter than you guys. I respect you, and that's all I'm going to say. You didn't say anything. With all due respect, did you say anything? And can you stop with the let's just move on? Because what is that? Because JJ, with the Saudi government didn't change. The people for whom you're like they didn't change. Just because they've invested in golf and are trying to take over the world via golf, and they're going to make a lot of money, and maybe look, they realize where the world's going, and the world's coming off of fossil fuel, and I don't know that I think golf is just an instrument for them to get to a greater means, but whatever. This whole it's in the past. Honestly, it's not. That's my point, JJ. It's you can't sit there and say we're just golfers. It's not in the past, guys. Like it's still that's still their way of doing business. That's their way of life, and their human rights violations weren't just they didn't just kill the one journalist, but whatever. I mean, gosh, I'm just a golfer, man. I don't. No, that's kind of
what
the
they're
way it's
using
still,
you for.
Yeah.
Is to get everyone to overlook this stuff and to get you to say positive things because they're handing you $100 million.
And if you want to say, look, I don't even know the answer, guys. The answer is, to me, this is just me, guys. I would tell you, I don't stand for a lot of what, for what's happened. I don't support that.
I don't think you can say that and take the money though at this point in time.
You can't.
No.
So
because you have that decision, you don't need them for.
Does it
your
matter that our
protection.
country is doing business with them? And so I've said this a
Because
bunch
at
of
what
times.
point in time? Because you start going down that road.
Yeah.
Then you start throwing the United States under the bus.
Well,
then,
but aren't you? I mean,
right?
look,
you're just saying I can't have any effect on this, but I'm going to be.
I like that.
A PR person, de facto PR person for the Saudis.
But why can't you say, JJ, look, our country does business with them, as an individual, if I feel it, this is business, and I'm doing business just like our country.
I think that would be better than trying to
say
like
I don't agree with what they
we've
did.
heard from Phil, what we've heard from Greg Norman,
all right,
what we just heard from DeChambeau. That's just being honest.
Yeah, it's money.
And that's what people, they're not pulling this over our eyes anymore. We all see through this.
I do believe, though, the golf stuff, like I do believe they'd rather play 8 tournaments than
Of course
18.
they would.
I think
Who
they'd rather
wouldn't?
make $4 million to win than $1 million. So there is a real piece to the less work, more money, and so I don't call BS on that.
No,
but just tell me it's about the money, man. I'll buy it because it's what it is. 505-246-0610.
And I guess honestly too, it's like, what point is there ever a line? Because it's to say in a year or two, Russia doesn't try to do something like this, and then there's $150 million signing bonuses handed out.
China.
And how we spending that?
Yeah.
There's
Saudi's a friendly country to us. Well, I mean, no, the Saudi Arabia is like they're not China, Russia.
Yeah.
Iran. They're not. They're I don't want to say an ally, but I mean, when you talk about commerce and when you say who are the enemies of America, Saudi Arabia wasn't going to come up unless you're golf. It was China and Russia and Iran, right?
But this is a situation. You say $100 million makes me not care where it's coming from.
I think that's right. You have Brooks when we come back.
Yes.
All right. We'll hear what Brooks had to say.
His opinion on the PGA.
Pat Perez jumped in on that too. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Back by by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot.
Crushed intervention, says Dan. This is on the email machine. Regresando Jeffrey, Juan Jose, y Ana Maria. Before he wastes everyone's time calling in, how was the Hooters and Cheesecake Factory in Winston-Salem? Discovered something called Biscuitville. All right, the first ever Krispy Kreme, by the way, is in Winston-Salem.
Ever in your life?
Yeah, like the first ever. No, not mine. The first,
Oh,
the
I
original.
was like-
The
I thought you
original.
said you
No.
had your
No. I've had Krispy Kreme. The original Krispy Kreme.
Wow.
So that's a big deal. Biscuitville is like a fast food. So we're in some place called, I don't know, Kernersville. We're on our way over to Duke and Caroline on Monday. And we're hungry. I said, well, let's pull off here. We'll get something new. And like, look at the line at that place. I mean, the locals are there. We got to eat at Biscuitville in Kernersville, Texas, or where was I? North Carolina. And so it was good. You see them making the handmade biscuits. So there's a guy in front of me, and everybody got that drawl. Now everybody talking like that. And so I figured the guy would have the drawl, and I said, we came in here when the line's like this. The locals are here. You know it's good food. He said, yeah, very good food. I'm like, whoa. There's a guy from Long Island who retired to some little town in North Carolina. He's like, yeah, food's very good here. And I'm like, wait. I'm expecting some southern drawl. And it's a guy from Merrick, not Nassau County, Long Island. Yeah, it's great. The biscuits are terrific. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell's coming out of your mouth? Like, where am I? It was bizarre. All right, do you want to hit Brooks? Here's Brooks talking about PGA, and listen to him stumble on himself a little bit.
You were vocal in your support for the PGA Tour in the past. What changed?
Just my opinion, man. My opinion changed. That was it. You guys will never believe me, but we didn't have the conversation until everything was done at the U.S. Open, and figured it out, and just said I was going to go one way or another. Here I am.
Were the facts of the decision change, or what changed from, when you said that PGA Tour, you were happy on the PGA Tour to now?
Like I said, opinions change.
Why, though?
And I feel very comfortable with the decision I made. I'm happy, and I did what's best for me. What I've had to go through the last 2 years on my knees, the pain, the rehab, all this stuff, you realize, I need a little bit more time off. I'll be the first one to say it. It's not been an easy last couple of years, and I think having a little more breaks, a little more
I get this.
time at home to make sure I'm
Right.
100% before I go play an event. I don't feel like I'm forced to play right away. And that was a big thing for me. And talking to guys, everybody that came back that I spoke to, DJ, my brother, Phil, everybody was I had nothing but great things to say. So, take it from their word and the schedule, and there's a lot of things.
All right. So I don't think it's an unfair question to ask. What changed your opinion, Brooks? I mean, you're pretty adamant about this. What changed your opinion? The other thing is, are you? You know where I am sometimes on media questions. Do you think they're justified in being agitated at the beginning of these press conferences? They know what they're getting into. They don't want to answer these questions, and the whole "you guys are never going to believe me" thing, and just the whole "I'm smarter than you."
I'm surprised that the Live Golf Tour is actually doing this.
What, putting them out there?
Yeah,
they kind of have to.
But to that point, you can't be agitated.
Well, they are. I mean, they all
But
are.
you know what the question is. Why are you taking money
Right.
from the Saudis?
And it's in different ways, right? But I don't think he said my opinion changed. You guys aren't going to believe
And
this.
also,
But
if you're the PGA Tour, you can say, all right, could we structure things to get more purse money? Okay. But they built something that's for more than 54 guys every weekend. They have multiple tournaments. If the PGA Tour can't just turn around and hand PGA Tour members $100 million and say, look, your game's better.
Yeah. Is it fair to ask him, and would it be fair to expect Brooks to answer? So what changed your mind? You said your mind changed. What is it? And he didn't have to tell you. That's all it is. My mind changed. Come on, man. And I guess maybe you get to a point where you don't care what people think of you. You don't care what the public opinion is, and maybe that'll be
Brooks
the
is
villain.
one of those guys.
Well, I think he's been that way for a long time, right? And
And
now he's got
What
$125
changed?
million more.
The fact that they handed me a check similar to what
Yeah.
athletes get in other leagues and something I'd never see from the PGA Tour, and this is family-changing money. And I don't care where it's coming from.
Generational change.
This is generational money that they're giving me and no one else is.
All right, 2 lines open. We'll go on the phones as soon as we come back. 505-246-0610. Want your thoughts? You want to talk about Albuquerque Pro Sports? You want to talk? Oh, you just dropped on the Live Golf, but I want your thoughts on Live Golf because they're going to play. Now you got Brooks and Bryson and Patrick Reed, and you got more big names this week. You watching? It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us this morning. Thanks for waking up with award-winning radio on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I'd like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Boggs.
All right, we'll jump back into the live here in a little bit. 505-246-0610. Going to hear what you have to say about the enchantment, about the basketball tournament coming up, about pro sports. But there's so much going on. Good to be back in the seat. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Bucks. So you guys have had a little excitement going on this week, too.
Absolutely. It's all the excitement.
I mean, if people only knew what goes into award-winning radio, huh? And what goes. All right, let's go. 505-246-0610. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Dan. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, everyone.
What's happening?
How's everyone today? Good?
Life's grooving. What's going on?
Hey, who would have thought that live tournament could bring those two schmucks together, huh? It's amazing. It's amazing what it'll do. Hey, so I am fired up for the tournament. I just, me, Jeff, I'm a basketball fanatic, and, man, I'm trying to rally the troops to get over there to that game. That's just going to be a monster game. $8, $9 a ticket? Come on, people.
Pretty reasonable, huh?
That's entertainment right there, And what's better than, these guys get one more chance to go play against their rivals, college rivals. I mean, who could ask for more? I'm real excited about it. And it's nice to be excited about something positive with all the negative going on in the world. So we'll accentuate the positive. And as always, we don't need anyone to tell us that we have the best sports radio program in the country, in my opinion. Congratulations always to you guys. Thank you for what you do for us. And keep it coming, babies.
Thank
Later.
you, Dan. Thank you. Appreciate you. Speech, good morning to you.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey,
Speech.
I got a question for you. But before that, I have a comment. You were talking about Krispy Kreme donuts and Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I love those, but they don't have cinnamon rolls and apple fritters. That's my only beef.
Damn.
Now, my question is, have there ever been talk about Albuquerque getting a big league franchise like an NBA team or something like
There's been
that?
talk. Never
The
seen.
reason I bring it up is yesterday Major League Baseball made it a little easier for the A's to move to Las Vegas.
Okay. So there's been talk, and Speech, I appreciate you. There's been talk, JJ. We've heard talk about when the Maloofs bought the Kings. There was some talk. There was talk back. I know Governor Richardson was talking about bringing an NFL team here, but there's just there's not the corporate base and the population. You've seen how some of the teams are supported. I think you're going to hear, JJ. I think you're going to hear today that minor league hockey's coming back.
Yeah.
We'll have this conversation tomorrow when the news breaks today, but I'll let them break it. I'll let them break their own news. I'm not looking to steal their thunder. But, Amory, you'll hear today that minor league hockey, affiliated minor league hockey, is going to come back to the metro area. But no, at the pro level, JJ, I think the most serious talk we've had is MLS, right? And then when we found out, what was it, $225 million for a franchise? Kind of muted the talk.
Well, that wasn't even serious talk. It was just, we have a team that snuck into the playoffs and you're winning the USL Championship. We're going to be MLS in 2 years.
Yeah.
No.
What do we got? Howie. Good morning, Howard. How are you?
Well, good morning, guys. A follow-up on Dan, the tournament coming up. I know it's reasonable, $8 or $9 a ticket, but I bet the parking's going to be bad. I bet it's going to be hot.
Go away!
Beer's going to be expensive.
You suck.
But I'll be there. Hey, while you were gone, Jeffrey, Jason made a Hall of Fame bracket, and I didn't even crack the bracket, JJ.
Really? You don't even get in?
I didn't. Am I in a large bid? Am I play-in? What am I,
Well, as a producer, you're not a 15th seed.
Yeah, send me over that. I don't get his emails for whatever reason.
Yeah, but then I don't take a whole lot of stock in what Jason thinks because he is an Aggie fan. So I take that into consideration. But JJ did and
Howard,
Avery
you're
did
a 6
stellar
seed.
job.
Oh no, Howard,
You're
you
a 6
are.
seed, dude.
Howard, you made it.
Oh, am I? I didn't think I had made it. But JJ, you and Amory did a stellar job. I don't get to call in much anymore, and I tried to call in on Monday, and I didn't make it. But you guys are a pretty awesome duo there, Jeff. So you better be careful. That seat might be getting hot, Jeff.
I could be out any day, Howard. Who knows, right? I don't take any of this for granted.
Will you go to Saudi Arabia to broadcast a morning show?
Would you hate me if I do? Would you blame me if I
I
do?
wouldn't. I take that salary.
Could never hate you, Jeff. Could never hate you, Jeff. Welcome back and much congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have Jason. I'd love to see the bracket. So
It's very funny.
Yeah, well, he's good.
He's so
really
good.
good.
I have. He's great.
Yeah, he's really
very
good.
funny.
It's hard to win, says Glenn. It's hard to win, Jeff. It doesn't matter if it's a championship belt or a AAA game on June 28th. Albuquerque's baseball team is in cruise mode until a late game choke put the Skeeters up twice. It looked like Sugarland was ready to finish it off, but defensive collapse twice, the last being in double overtime. Gave the game back to Albuquerque's team. Walk-off last night. Walk-off grand slam.
Walk-off grand slam.
Yeah, a walk-off grand slam last night. All right, we'll hear the Brooks stuff coming up in the next segment, and then Sebastian's going to be with us at the bottom of the hour. I know you guys hit this, and congratulations to you. The NBA awards came out, and for us to win, what is it, JJ? 6 out of the last 7 years to be honored by them is let me just tell you, I never take those things for granted. And so, thank you to our listeners. And you guys probably said this the other day, but I didn't get a chance. I just spent a weekend, you guys, and this is where I don't know when I became the veteran. I don't know when I became the older guy. No, but it was weird, I was just back in Winston-Salem for the National Sports Media Awards. I watched this group go into the Hall of Fame, Jackie McMullen and Stuart Scott, and spent some time with his daughter Taylor, who spoke, Curry Kirkpatrick and Hubie Brown, and saw Scott Van Pelt and Ernie Johnson be recognized as Sportscasters of the Year, and saw the love. So many things made an impression on me about this business. The women in this business was such a big deal in meeting Jane Kennedy. But JJ, the respect between, there was co-sportscasters of the year. The sports writer of the year was Jeff Passan. He was there. He was pretty good. And then, but watching Van Pelt and Ernie Johnson, competing networks, different styles, different guys, but the respect in that room with those two was so, like the kind of stuff that you don't fake. Charles Barkley being there for those guys, for Curry Kirkpatrick and for Ernie was real. The time that he spent, I had some good conversation with Charles, with Ernie. Jackie McMullen was great, and it was just it made me realize a couple things. And I was talking to a young man from West Virginia. He was the sports writer of the year from West Virginia, and I was telling JJ this earlier. So he said, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Oh, you look familiar." So he was out here in 2017 with Marshall, covering Marshall for the newspaper back there, and he was talking about it. But it was his first time there, and he's like, "I almost didn't come." And his girlfriend was told him. He said, "I told him he needs to come, and you need." And I said, "Look, here's the deal. You belong. You've earned your way into this room, but don't ever take it for granted." And I talked to a couple people who didn't go because their station or paper didn't pay for it. Enjoy these opportunities. Like when awards are wonderful. Somebody's going to win. Somebody else is going to win one year, and you might win one year. And take them for what they are. Don't let your head get too big about them, and don't get too bummed when you don't win. Appreciate the recognition. It's really, 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 really nice. And then congratulate your colleagues when they win, because you're not going to win every year. But this one, and I posted this, and I don't post very much stuff. This one hit different for me. Because I got my little girl went with me, and she's 16 years old, and watching her, and one of the first things I taught her, Marie, when you meet someone, you shake their hand and look them in the eye. You don't just put your hand in there. You shake their hand and you look them in the eye. And so when I introduce her and she's got her hand out, I watch the other person, and immediately would watch the respect that they would get. Whoa, this young lady's looking at me. She like how are you, young lady? And then it immediately it hit different. Watching her tell her story, I went over to get a drink with the guy from West Virginia, and we're standing there, and I was watching the table, and Addie was with the other women. All the women at the table were listening to her story, and they were all like leaning in, listening to her speak. It was some of the coolest stuff, and to watch her meet Jane Kennedy and Jackie McMullen. Long story to say, I'm so insanely appreciative to win New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year from the NSMA. I am humbled by it, and I'm like beyond. I will never ever take it for. I may never go back again. I may never win again, and maybe I will, and I hope I do, only because of the experience. But man, we took advantage. We went to Duke and Carolina, and I got all kinds of stories for you from there too, by the way. We experienced stuff. It was one of the greatest weekends I've had, because my little girl got to experience that and see that she can do whatever the hell she wants to do. And it was. I can't wait for you to have that with your son. Like, I can't wait for him to be that age, and take your time, man. There's no rush. Don't rush him to grow up. But this one hit different because, and look, when Audra goes with me, I love it too. Don't get me, please. Don't. I'm not belittling that, but to see her experience that and the confidence she had around Charles Barkley. Charles is intimidating now. I was watching grown ass people. Oh my God, I got to get a Charles Barkley, and we walked in with him. We walked across the street to the event, and he was going on and how are you, young lady? He remembered her name when we saw him later. I talked to him. I told you, Marie, I said, Charles, last time I saw you was in the pit in Albuquerque. He's like, man, that was an exhibition game 20-something years ago. How does he remember that? But he did. He remembered the conversation. We have a friend in common we were talking about. Just dudes, man. Just ladies. Just people. Just people. And when you get in a room like that, and I watch some people get starstruck, you belong. You've earned your way into that room, and that was the biggest thing. I said, baby, you belong here. No, Dad, I'm just with you. No, you belong here. And this experience was I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful, and thanks for letting me rant on that, because it was I've done a number of these. I've been blessed to do a number of these, but this was special, man. This was special. All right, when we come back, we'll finish up on the Live Golf Tour. I know you've got some conversations on that. Sebastian's going to be with us at the 8:30 mark today. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amarie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Taco Bell. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough.
We done with sound? We got everything we need on sound? All right, so you can get in on what Brooks and no. We're good. What Brooks and Bryson had to say. Sebastian's coming up, bottom of the hour. I was just showing JJ some pictures. At UNC and so we went to Duke. We went Wake Forest on whatever that Sunday was. Everything's shut down in Winston-Salem on Sunday. So, but the campus was beautiful. She found this beautiful garden. So we go to Duke, and I said, "Well, we got to go buy a camera." And there was a security guard. Last time I was there was a camp going on, Amory. So we got in, and there was a gentleman. He's like, "Nope, we can go to the Hall of Fame up there." But I said, "Can we get around?" He said, "Oh no, you ain't going to see the court." I'm like, "Really?" Did you see the pictures I showed you? You ain't going to see the court. So we went up to the Hall of Fame, and she took a picture. Curtis Beach from Albuquerque, New Mexico, an Olympic heptathlete from the Albuquerque Academy, 15-time state champion. He's in the Hall of Fame, so she took a picture there. I sent it to Curtis. And we got into camera and saw the court and the banners, and it was really cool. It was really cool. Took her down some road. I want to experience. Here's living in the South. Like, what are the houses like? This is for you. So you can't make this mess up. We're driving down the street in some little Clemensville, Jimmysville, Amoryville, JJ. That's every town right back there. And we're in a residential area, and there's a dude on his John Deere right in the middle of the street in his AC/DC tank top. Stalled his John Deere right in the middle of the street. We had to stop it. And you could see him at, a little belly hanging out of his AC/DC shirt, and his two buddies on the side. Come on, Cletus, get that thing going. There's cars coming. I mean, it just couldn't have been any more stereotypical side town, North Carolina. Dude stalled his John Deere right in the middle of the road.
Your traffic update.
Yeah.
Bill stalled his John Deere again in the intersection.
Down on Pleasant Folks Church Road. That was one of the roads. Pleasant Folks
Get it together,
Church Road.
Bill.
Yeah, come on, Cletus, get it going. But it was special. All right, JT wants to get in on the live, and I want to hear what he has to say. Hello, JT.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. What's happening?
Hey, we always miss you when you're gone, Jeff, but you're lucky to have J.J. Buck and Amory and everybody else there.
We're very fortunate. They're tremendous, and yes, we are lucky.
Hey, I don't really play golf that much, but I love watching it. So you can take my opinion with a grain of salt, maybe.
Yep.
The reason why the Live Golf Tournament's going to work is because, you know, it's an individual sport. And the PGA Tour has always been sitting there, you know, had their rules. Nobody's ever poked the bear. Nobody's ever done anything different. So now, you know, the only problem I have is, like you say, like, just come out to the press conference and say, I did it for the money. Okay? I could care less who leaves for the Live Golf. But yesterday I was watching that commissioner on ESPN talk about how, you know, they kind of got with the old European tour. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
And they made more,
Not quite
more
a
money,
merger,
more
but-
tournaments,
yeah.
more this, more that.
Right.
Okay, so the guys in the PGA, because of the Live Golf, aren't they receiving the benefits? Right?
What do you mean?
Everything's getting better in the PGA, right?
Well, that's kind of the point, too, right? The PGA is being forced to respond and do things now to keep themselves together. But, yeah, the PGA will eventually have to make alterations, make changes, become, you know, I don't know, more player-friendlies, right? But, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm a truck driver, right? If a company said instead of working 6 days, JT, you can work 3, be on the road for 3, and make double the money.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're getting the money from the cartels because it doesn't have anything to do with me. Give me my money. I don't care where you're getting it from as long as it's good money.
And that's what I think the majority of people would say if they would just freaking say it instead of trying to dodge all this crap.
The Live Golf guys, they're gonna get more big names. They're gonna get more big names, and there's competition now. PGA won't be able to keep up with them money-wise, but who cares? I'll watch both of them. Both of them every time, every tournament. As much as I can watch, I'll watch. Now, let me get to the Lakers because I'm taking too much time. Yesterday was the saddest day of a lifelong Laker fan of my life. When they came across the wire that Westbrook was opting in, I said, oh, hell, we're going to suck again? But guess what? It's not Westbrook's fault because who else wanted him, Jeff? Nobody.
No one.
So he was dancing in his car on social media yesterday and singing because he had 47 million reasons to be happy as a Laker.
Damn right.
I hope our new coach, Darvin Ham, can, instead of telling him like Ben Simmons, you need to learn how to shoot, we need to tell you, please don't shoot. And in this year, we want you to get the most rebounds in the NBA, and we want you to play defense. For $47 million, if I was already old, I would do it. So I gotta go. I'm taking too much time. You guys have a great day.
Hey, look, he just said the most simple. JJ, drop the mic. What did he say to you? He said, I drive a truck. If they came to me and said, hey, JT, you don't have to work 6 days a week, you got to work 3, and we're going to pay you double, I don't care if the money's coming from the cartel or where it's coming from, I'm in. And I firmly believe that's where, I don't know, 75, 80, 85% of people will land. If you just are straight with them and don't try to sell them a line of crap. And don't try to be condescending and I'm smarter than you. Look, there's a difference. and I know it's hard. Money doesn't buy you brains. Money doesn't buy you common sense. Money doesn't buy you knowledge. And it buys you power, buys you access. It buys you a lot of things. But, JJ, just because you get a bunch of money doesn't mean you're the smartest guy in the room. You might be the richest guy in the room. But it doesn't mean you're the smartest guy in the room. And we got so many people trying. They all think they're going to somehow talk their way around it. And I don't know. What'd you hear? Because JT just said it as simple as concisely.
I think it's what we're all just trying to get at is stop spinning it. Stop trying to say this is going to be a force for good. People are changing. No, you are there for a paycheck because this is easy money. You've put yourself in position to be valuable enough that they will hand you $100 million before you even do anything on the golf tournament just to get you to go over there. But you also wonder what in the fine print, is there anything that says
you got to promote this? You got to,
like, you can't say, hey, I don't agree with this. You just have to say, I'm on board with the tour. And
Well,
golf
then
with
Phil would be out because he called them a bunch of scary MFers, and so I got to believe there is in your
what the
contract.
fine print says.
Yeah.
You can't just come out and say, "Boom, I don't approve of any of this."
So I'm going to guess that in the contract there is some sort of a PR clause. I wonder who like.
And even if it says that, guess what? You don't have to answer every question.
Well, that's what they're trying to avoid. I mean, that
Like,
they're not answering them, JJ. They're just flat out
Why are you
not.
here?
They're not.
Zeros on the check.
But they're not answering the questions.
Zeros
The answer was, I just changed my mind. Well, what changed your mind? I just told you. I changed my mind. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Zeros.
Yeah. They're not. I mean, what question did either one of those guys answer?
No, but in terms of when Bryson's trying to be like, this is a force, I'm going to use it.
Smartest guy ever.
Bro.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
got
I
it.
got it.
We got it.
All right, we're going to talk with Sebastian Noel next. He's a golfer. Almost had a hole-in-one, I think, the other day, didn't he? Didn't he come real close? I think. He's going to talk about the Gladiators. They got a big game coming up this week. High school stuff getting ready to start. So we'll talk with the voice of the people from ProView Networks coming up next. We'll tell you about International Protective Service. Went away this last weekend. IPS protected my home. They came by multiple times, day, night. In fact, on Monday's garbage day, they rolled the cans to the curb and back and took care of what I needed. If I had a package dropped off, they'd have picked it up. They keep the bad guys away and give your home that lived-in look. Been doing it for a long time, since 2006 is when Aaron started the company up in Fort Hills. IPS can protect what's important to you, your home, your business, your livelihood, your family. Is it worth it to you? About $5 a day. Give them a call, see what they can do for you. I've trusted IPS for years. I think you can as well. Committed to our city and your protection. Call International Protective Service at 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet
Duke City
Emporium.
Gladiators. They're big ones. They're 6-7 overall, 5-4 in conference, coming off a loss to the Arizona Rattlers 2 weekends ago. Next up, Northern Arizona. Then San Diego, and they'll close it out against Northern Arizona, who, by the way, is in first place. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, A-Marie, and Adrian. We'll get back to your phone calls coming up a little bit. He is the voice of the people. He's the voice of the Gladiators. And did I see you also damn near got a hole-in-one? Sebastian Noel joins us. Happy birthday, by the way, belated. How are you? That was a lot.
Great. Thanks, by the way. Yeah, thank you for that. And congratulations on your trip and your award. I know I saw some pictures, and I know I'm not supposed to ask you questions on your own show, but can I go down that avenue with you?
Sure.
You know, I saw the pictures, and is Addie at a point now where she's like into the whole sports media thing, or is she just like happy to be tagging along with Dad? Because she looks like she's having a great time too.
Yeah, she's at that point where she's not sure what she wants to do, which is cool because she's 16 years old. Just, you know, she's going to be a junior. And she's like, well, maybe communications. And she had her eyes opened up this week because she spoke at relative length with Jackie McMullen, who was a pioneer in this business. With Jane Kennedy spent time with her on Monday, whatever day it was. Jane Kennedy is like, I think so incredibly talented, but her story's tremendous. She spent time with Carolyn Pineda, who won the Jim Nance Award from El Dorado High School in Notre Dame. I don't know if she's thinking about it, but I know she appreciates it. And long answer, Sebastian. She knows how fortunate she is to have the access that she has, and so she doesn't take it for granted. And she learns the stories of the people whom she is fortunate enough to become in contact with. And so I don't know if she's thinking about doing it, but she's certainly appreciative of it and has a look at it, a perspective that very few 16-year-olds have been fortunate enough to get. And that's really kind of what I've been so happy to do for her. Does that make sense?
I mean, you guys, and those pictures, you guys look just amazingly happy. So good for you, Jeff.
No,
Congratulations.
thanks. I appreciate that. That's nice. Thank you, Sebastian. So did you almost get a hole-in-one? Is that what I saw on your pictures?
Well, I mean, does it really count if it bounces off the water tower?
Did it bounce off the water tower?
Yes.
Yeah, the top of the water tower there
Where?
at Puerto del Sol. Little sit.
Yes, if it would have went in the damn hole, it counted. Hell yes, it does.
It almost did go in,
So you bounced what?
Did
you plan it?
was this, right? So I'm playing by myself, Jeff, and so I go over, and I approach the green, right? Yeah. And so I see there's a ball right by the hole. I figured that wasn't mine, right? But then I see the guys that were at the green waving me over, saying that was mine, that it hit the flag, and immediately the panic in my mind is, I'm playing by myself. No one's going to believe this, right? But one of the guys at the green was an assistant principal at West Mesa, who I know. So I told him, I'm like, hey man, you might need to, verify this a couple of times. You're the witness.
I played a lot of rounds by myself, and I've always wondered that too.
You speak for me in court on this when it comes up.
This is where it's going to happen. Look, I'll tell you this. You know me well enough. I'm not going to lie about hole-in-one now. If I ever get one, it's going to be real, because you can't fake that, Sebastian. You couldn't fake that. I had this conversation with someone the other day. Would you rather the hole-in-one or
yes? It's a hole-in-one.
Yeah, everybody wants a hole-in-one. So congratulations.
Yeah, but how awful would it be if you were playing by yourself? I mean, that's got to
cheaper. It'd be cheaper. You wouldn't have to buy everybody drinks. It'd be cheaper.
Cheaper, yes.
Yep. All right, Sebastian Noel's with us on the opening drive.
So have you been offered to join the Live Golf Tour yet? Or are you still waiting?
No, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for that offer.
All right. And how long would it take you to say yes?
The answer is yes.
Where are you on this? Do you care about where the money comes from? Here's the deal. And this, you've heard me say this. Our country does business with them. Why can't individuals? And JT just called and said, I'm a truck driver. They told me I got to work 3 days instead of 6. They want to pay me twice as much instead of what I'm making now. I don't care if it comes from the cartels. Like, I'm taking care of my family. I think that's where most people are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and you hear a lot of these guys, and like Patrick Reed, I think, was saying, hey, he wants to be home. He wants to be a dad. He's done almost all his dad duties behind a screen virtually, and he's tired of it. And I mean, Patrick Reed's not exactly warm and fuzzy, and you don't like to, agree with him on stuff. But, these guys can make more money. They only have to play 12 to 14 times a year. Half the tournaments are in the United States. I mean, how can you say no? Or like a guy like Pat Perez is like, hey, I'm 200 in the world. I don't care about the majors. I'm 40 years old. I want some money, and I don't want to play 33 weeks a year on the tour. You can't blame these guys at all.
And Sebastian, running late on this one, so we need to get into Duke City Gladiators. So they lost at Northern Arizona, 8 points. They're 6-8. They're 5-5. Where do they stand in terms of what they need to do over the last couple games to get into the playoffs?
2. No.
Well, they got to beat San Diego. That's the key, right? And so if they beat San Diego, they should get that 4th spot. But, man, another one where their Gladiators are up 41-26 with 8:19 to go in the 4th quarter. They don't score again. They have the extra point blocked, run back for a score. Then they Northern Arizona.
What's with special teams, man? What's with special teams?
Yeah, it's atrocious. And then Northern Arizona recovers 2 consecutive onside kicks and goes on to win 49-41. I mean, it's we've talked about the way they've lost. They've lost some tight games. They've lost some games where there's been some head scratching, play calls. There's been some games where you just late turnover. So everyone's had a part in some of these losses, right? And it's painful to watch. I mean, and then the optimist in you says, well, they're losing to really good teams. Other than the Rattlers, all those games have been competitive. The combined record of the teams they've lost to is 87-23. They're the only team in the league that has faced the top 4 teams, and half their schedule makes up that, is made up from those 4 teams. So I want to be the glass half full guy, but man, some of these losses are just, they leave you scratching your head.
You got to get one against San Diego, and then you get Northern Arizona July 16th at the Rio Rancho Event Center to end the season. How do you feel when you look at what they've done the last couple seasons, especially this year without Nate Davis, Ramon Atkins coming in, just all the work that franchise has to do to try to stay competitive with some of these other teams that have some more advantages than the Gladiators do?
Well, I think it starts with Delo Davis. That's the key, right? When you have the best receiver in the league. I think they're just superior at that position, at the wide receiver position, with Delo Davis, Jared Elmore, Greg Dent. They've been able to plug in Ramon Atkins, and he's looked good. Defensively, I think they're very much above average. But, yeah, no, they're battling teams that are definitely at a competitive advantage when it comes to just money, facilities, right? Obviously the Rattlers, Frisco, teams like that. But, it speaks to the talent they have in here. It's as simple as that. The guys that they have in here are very good. They're sometimes not on a level playing field, right? When other teams have that much more money or, have stable coaching situation, let's be honest, Gladiators have gone through coaching changes every year, right? That's not stability. That's not what you want. And so, it doesn't matter who's coaching. It doesn't matter what's going on. Those guys just go out there and perform on the field, and I think it's all led by Delo Davis. But both sides of the ball, the talent has always been there.
Yeah. All right, man. Big one on July 9th. We'll catch up with you next week. Maybe see you out at the press conference on Thursday. Another big announcement coming out for local sports. I know you know about it. It's going to happen today, which is we'll be able to talk about that next week as well. So enjoy the long weekend, the 4th of July. Appreciate the time always, and appreciate your kind words. Thanks, Sebastian.
Yeah, be good, guys.
All right, watch him on ProView Networks. He is the voice of the people. He is Sebastian Noel. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Wimbledon was crazy last night. Serena loses first round for the 3rd time in her career at a Grand Slam. You can get in on that. You can get in on Live, which is just such big conversation. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if ultimately Live ends up being great for golf because of the conversation it sparked. People talk more golf, honestly. Don't you think in the last month than in the last 2 years?
Yes.
So people care because y'all play. So 505-246-0610 opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. A. Marie's producing on the radio side, and Adria's producing on the TV side. I know it's my Monday. Is it really Monday? I mean, it's kind of Monday to me, but Danny Gonzalez, who's on? Hello, Danny. How are you?
What's up, man? I just called one. I've been listening this morning. You guys, I don't want to take you off topic of Wimbledon and live golf and all those good things, but I'm just glad that people recognize how special you are to, one, your industry, but two, to our community. I told those guys on Monday, because of the great team that you guys have put together, those awards get awarded and recognized, and I'm super excited for you. What a great deal. We saw some stuff on social media with you and Addie. You guys also being the #1 radio show, and I mean, that's just outstanding for all you do for our community and really UNM athletics, but everything with our community, high school, the Gladiators, Guys Coast United. It's just awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And I just want to say thank you for all the hard work you do for our community, and congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. It means the world to me. It's unexpected, but not surprising from you. Thank you. That means the world to me, Danny. I've got ultimate respect for you, as you know, and I appreciate what we've got. But that for you to take the time and make that phone call means the world to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't want to take more of your show up because I'm enjoying listening, but congratulations, guys. Congratulations to your whole team. Jeff Berry's put together an unbelievable team over there, and I thank you for all you guys do. So have a great day. Go Lobos.
Thank you, Danny. Wow. So we're pretty lucky. I tell my daughter this every once in a while, and I'll play dad. I don't give a damn. I look at her and I say, we're pretty lucky, right? We're pretty lucky, you guys. So do you know what's today's date? The 29th or something?
June 29th.
All right, I'll look it up. It's either July 24th or I think it's 28th next month. Will be our 14th anniversary.
Oh, I'm bringing in stuff.
All right, so
we're having a party.
Let me tell you something.
Bathrobes, bologna sandwiches, and beer.
Bologna sandwiches
and I'll bring something for JJ because
so damn good.
Besides the robes, I don't think
And
JJ
nachos,
will participate.
probably. Well, you guys probably.
I'll bring you something, JJ.
Yeah. And Jolly Ranchers and even freaking candy corn. I don't care. Let me tell you something. One of the things you go through this, and I've been in this market. It just stuns me when I say it. 26 years. Okay, I know how lucky I am. I will never take any day of work, and so, Ernie Johnson says this, and this, I heard this. Charles Barkley said this at the dinner the other night, and I want you to hear me on this. Okay, when we come in and the mics aren't working. Wow, it's not. Oh, we gotta work. We gotta put this together. We gotta work with that mic and said when something doesn't go right. Do you realize what we do for a living? Do you realize how lucky we are? And Ernie Johnson, Barkley says, we get to go do that interview. We get to go do that show. We get to work. You get to talk into that other mic and have to stretch your neck a little bit today. And it resonated with me last Monday night when I heard Charles talk about Ernie saying this all the time. Guys, we don't have to do this. We don't have to go to work and look what we do for a damn living. And I will never take it for granted. And this team we've got right now, and this is, please understand, I want you to understand that Hoser's part of that team, and Michael Ann, and Julia, and all the people behind, right? I can't tell you how fortunate we are. A 14-year run, and hopefully it's going to go for a while.
I hope so.
Right?
It's my rookie season.
But I appreciate Danny making that phone call more than you know, JJ, because and you and I have been together for a long time now. JJ and I worked at the Closet down the street on Central. We're lucky. And for somebody to say thank you, you never do this for the awards. You don't do it for the accolades. I think people who go into this to be a star are doing it for the wrong reasons. I want to be on TV. I want to be on radio. There's a difference. But the people who want to be in television, be in radio, or be on radio, and being in radio and being in television. You see the difference being on radio or being in radio? Being on, people just want to be a star. Look at me. And this group we've got loves being in this. We love the grind. We love telling the stories. We love, getting up early. It hurts sometimes, right? Especially after getting home when I got home last night. The flight was late. But we come in and we come because we do it. And I am so blessed to have this group around us. And so Danny's right. Jeff Berry has put together a hell of a team. And Jared Hart has put together a hell of a team. I'm proud of this. What you guys are, what you've become, what you're becoming watching us grow. Thank you to Danny. And this comes on, I'm glad that you guys are part of, we're going to win the NBA award. And again, don't take it for granted, man. Don't let it go to your head. Enjoy it. Promote it if you want. But let's go to work and win it again next year.
Let's go.
And that's kind of what you and I have done, right? They're fun. When we win, they're fun. But let's go to work.
Words, man. We're sitting here talking on radio, sports. Sometimes it gets serious. Most of the time we're having fun. Like you said, we wake up, mic doesn't work. All right, we'll slide over here. It's not like, oh no, the bulldozer's not working today. Oh no, the lumber didn't show up. Stuff that can really ruin your day when you're out there grinding. So,
oh no, I'm injured. Oh no, I'm breaking rocks in the hot sun.
And we're lucky that y'all decided to keep us on the radio. Thank you.
Totally.
For now, huh? Danny, thank you. That means the world to me, and I appreciate that. And I know you guys do too. All right, we'll reset you at the top of the hour. Everything that's going on, there's a lot going on. Live money. Kind of sounded. Let's live money. That's what it should be. The live tour. Live for the money. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
When are bridges burned permanently? Like when a bridge is burned, you can call engineers and build a new bridge, right? That's what they do. Although JJ knows this. Bridges blow my mind because they work. Like, how do you go to the bottom of a body of water and somehow secure it and cement it and structurally support all? Bridges blow my mind, but that's right. This bridge would blow some people's mind. If the Browns and the Baker Mayfield camp could rebuild the bridge, which has been torched, correct? Which has been bombed incessantly, correct? Could it be rebuilt? Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. I've been telling you, about 3 weeks ago, did I say, hey, at some point, are they going to go back to Baker and say, hey, sweetheart, you look nice. I didn't mean to break up with you. Baker spoke yesterday. I wasn't wrong, was I? I mean, this is coming because Deshaun Watson's hearings continue today. He is going to be suspended. Baker Mayfield is still on contract, still getting paid. But I don't know that you got engineers to build this bridge.
I think the only way Baker Mayfield plays for the Cleveland Browns next season is if Deshaun Watson is suspended an entire season.
And then what?
Anything less than that,
okay,
there's no way to mend that fence.
So how do you mend the fence? Even then,
Baker, if he doesn't want to come back, then you wait it out, because I think that's why Cleveland's waiting this out. If they wanted Baker gone, they could have eaten enough of that salary, and he'd be the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. So there's something there that Cleveland is willing to wait this out, and they could have moved on from Baker already.
Well, if they were willing to,
couldn't be a conversation. So there has to be something in the back of their minds. Yeah, we made this move for Deshaun Watson. We have Jacoby Brissett, but worst case scenario for them, if Deshaun Watson is suspended the entire season, you go back to Baker Mayfield and miss me with all this stuff that everyone wants to keep saying. Well, no one's speaking out. No one's speaking up for Baker Mayfield. They don't have to right now because Deshaun Watson's their quarterback. But as Baker Mayfield comes back, are you really telling me that locker room isn't going to be like, all right, this is our best chance to win? They're going to feel better with Jacoby Brissett?
Well, I've been telling you that for weeks.
No, they'll be fine. No one's going to speak out when it comes to straight talent for Baker Mayfield over Deshaun Watson.
So Baker made it pretty clear yesterday that ship has sailed. Now, look, guys say things all the time, and it goes the other way, right? But Baker basically said, look, both sides have agreed it's time to move on. Now,
why? He also added this, Jeff.
Yeah.
He said, quote, on mending the bridge, patching up the pothole. Cool. I think for that to happen, there would have to be some
they'd have to reach out. Yeah, they'd have to reach out.
That right there says, I'd listen.
All right.
Because
I agree with that.
If this was done, if this was burned, he wouldn't be a Cleveland Brown still.
Okay, I don't totally agree with that. I think the
They're
Cleveland
not holding
Browns
out for more.
No. This isn't on him. It's not for him to just say I'm out of here.
No, Cleveland would have sent him off.
Okay, I think everything I read, the reason Cleveland had moved him is nobody's willing to take his whole salary. So Carolina and Seattle, and evidently there's other teams who are interested, but those two would be the immediate upgrade, right? A quarterback don't want to pay his full salary. And they think they've got Cleveland over the barrel to make Cleveland pay part of this salary, this $18+ million.
If they didn't want him, they'd pay it and have him go. They're only paying Deshaun Watson $1 million this year.
So, but they're going to have to pay for him to go. If they trade him to Seattle, they're going to have to pay part of that $18 million.
Yeah. And if they were done with Baker Mayfield, they would have done that right now.
I think that's probably right. And I think that they're holding on for the scenario. What do we do if Deshaun's out for a year? So how do you go back? But this is what I've been saying. So, all right.
You go back and say, hey, guess what?
You get a chance. I'll tell you, this is easy. We're giving you a year to go prove yourself, to go make a bunch of money.
We get to
you
the
get
playoffs.
1 year. You're out of here next year. He's our guy.
You're gonna go sign a bigger deal.
This is your. You get a free tryout, dude. Go bet on yourself. Oh, by the way, you're getting 18.
Because also,
100%.
It's not guaranteed that any team that trades for him immediately extends him.
Correct.
So
no, that's 100%.
for him, it is really sitting back, going, "Can I make the playoffs with the Carolina Panthers,
No.
Seattle Seahawks,
No.
or Cleveland Browns?" Like what? In case, worst case scenario for Cleveland, that the NFL drops a 17-game suspension on Deshaun Watson, and they don't appeal it down, like he's not granted the, all right, we'll cut this in half.
Yeah.
That scenario, I think, is the only one.
What do you do if Deshaun Watson gets 10, 12 games?
If I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm saying I'm not playing 12 games for you. Like, I'll go be a
So
starter.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to get you, and we're going to be
Jacoby Brissett time.
We're going to be 8-4, and then you're going to bench my ass and bring him in.
That's the only scenario that if I'm Baker Mayfield, or what the Cleveland Browns would be
So
holding on.
anything less than a full year, that's a lot of scenarios. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 games.
Anything less than a full year,
Yeah.
if I'm Baker, I'm saying I want to take my chances walking into Carolina or Seattle where they're going
I
to
think
give me
Baker's in a
17
good
games.
spot. I think if you're him, I think you're
And then if
wanted by other
Deshaun
places.
Watson is suspended the whole season,
Yep.
is it going to be awkward? Sure. But that Cleveland Browns team, that roster, even in that division, where you have Cincinnati, you have Baltimore, Pittsburgh's never bad, I'd look at that situation and still say that is better than Carolina or Seattle.
Great. Grady held that whole time, and I went to hit the button, and he gone. All right, so I'm down with you on that. But I told you they need him. I mean, look, not that I'm a genius, but I saw this coming, 3-4 weeks.
The only reason they haven't just eaten that salary and moved on yet, because it's their in case of emergency.
Well,
break
they're
glass
realizing emergency is becoming more probable every day. I mean, aren't you? Everything I'm reading, and look, I read what you read. I don't have any insight on this, but everything I'm reading is this is leaning more towards a year than 6 games for Deshaun Watson's suspension. Correct? And so Mayfield yesterday basically said, look, it's time to move on. But if the Browns reach out, then the door's open. As JJ just told you, I think for that to happen, there would have to be some reaching out. But we're ready to move on, I think, on both sides. All right. And he was out there at the camp working with the kids and doing his thing. Like I don't think the locker room dislikes Baker Mayfield, do you? I've heard, well, nobody's come out to support him. Okay, but I haven't heard people killing him either. Have you?
No.
Listening to Schefter yesterday, I think it was Schefter. I don't know. Wherever I heard it. Obviously, Seattle and Carolina are interested, but he said there's a number of other teams. You'd be surprised. There's GMs and coaches who say that they believe he's a good NFL quarterback.
And that's why I believe this isn't some anti-Baker Mayfield movement. You hear a lot of former players that are anti-Baker Mayfield because they're pro OBJ and Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
And so they're siding with those guys like they had a point. That Baker Mayfield was the reason.
Didn't get him the ball?
Although Beckham, well, yeah, that offense really wasn't necessarily geared the way the Rams are. And Stafford is a better quarterback than.
That kind of have part to do with the offensive coordinator.
OBJ was also saying, "Hey, I want to be the number one. Give me my targets." But he goes to LA.
Yeah, and he's number
two, but they're winning and they're fine. And so it's messy, and I do not think it's as simple as everyone hates Baker Mayfield. And OBJ and Jarvis Landry were right. I think because the offense was designed differently, he's not necessarily that quarterback that's going to flash as much as, say, a Matthew Stafford and a Sean McVay offense.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the Cleveland Browns, if you're that locker room, you don't have to go stand for Baker Mayfield right now. Like you don't like Deshaun Watson's a more talented guy, and you understand that. But if Deshaun Watson's suspended the whole season, you take a poll of that locker room. Are they say, hey, we want Jacoby Brissett for 17 games or Baker Mayfield? And that would tell you everything you need to know on Baker Mayfield.
I think that's right. And look, he's everything. All we hear is You want a guy to play hurt. Dude played broken last year. Was he great? He wasn't great. Was he horrible? I don't think he was horrible either. He played like a dude who was broken. It was his non-showing shoulder, Jeff. Oh, okay. Why don't you go out there and get hit by 300-pound dudes on your non-throwing shoulder because, well, that shouldn't make any difference. Stop it. I don't know if he's a great quarterback or not. I don't think he is. I think he is a middle of the pack NFL starting quarterback. Well, that's not a great endorsement, Jeff. I don't know. Look around the league, and I'll bet it's better than a lot of what you got out there. I mean, is it better than when you got in those, like in those two places in Seattle and Carolina? I'll bet it's better than what you got with the Jets and with the Steelers potentially, and certainly with Houston. And what's in Indianapolis now?
Matt Ryan.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. No, that's fine. Is it better than what you got? You know, I mean, there's a handful of plays. I'm not going to tell you a bunch. Could it be better than what you got in New Orleans? Maybe. I don't know. Who's in Atlanta now? That's Marcus Mariota? Same thing, isn't it? Who's better, Marcus Mariota or Baker Mayfield? Exactly. See? Oh, exactly. Who's better, Baker Mayfield or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Man, people love Kirk Cousins. What's he done? You want to have this conversation? Do you see what she looked at me?
About as much as Baker Mayfield.
All right, that's my point.
For about a little longer.
Yeah, for a little longer, right? It's kind of my point. Is he better than what the Giants have? He is, isn't he? Hell yes, he is. I mean, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 places where you can plug him in and say, it's kind of an upgrade. I don't know nobody's looking for kind of an upgrade. But every advantage you get, and I don't know. All right, ACC has gone to a scheduling format that you might see in your league soon. It was big news yesterday, and there's a new commissioner in college football at a Power 5. So there's a lot going on in college football. We'll hit that as well. And why everybody is going to these non-divisional formats in college football, but what's the best format? Because there's a lot of them in scheduling. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
When's July 1st? Friday? It'll be the 1-year anniversary of NIL. Think that kind of changed sports at the collegiate level a little bit? Quite a bit. Sports is changing at the collegiate level on so many levels. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian. The Big 12 is a new, or at least is reported to have settled on a new commissioner. Brett Yormark is the gentleman who is, by many reports, going to be the new commissioner. And JJ, the Big 12 is losing Oklahoma and Texas. They're adding media markets in Central Florida, Orlando, Memphis, Cincinnati. What's the other one I missed? Louisville? No, they're adding 4. BYU. Out of the box. This isn't a collegiate athletic guy, lifer, who's moving up in collegiate athletics, much like the Pac-12 did by going with George Kliavkoff out of the gaming industry in Vegas. The new commissioner of the Big 12 is the COO of Jay-Z's Rock Nation, promoted to that position in January. So he was previously the co-CEO of Rock Nation Unified, which is a global licensing division within that agency. And so it's out of the box. And JJ, what this is telling me is these presidents who hire are not going with the route of, you worked your way up in college athletics and this is what it's always going to be. They all realize the dynamic changing of this business. Supposedly, Yormark has an insane Rolodex, has contacts with everybody, and they realize this isn't just about the games anymore, the matches, the competition, and they're probably not happy with the way it's been going. Let's get out of the box and find someone who impresses us, and and especially for that league who is going to have to rebuild itself. And while there's still good brands in there in Oklahoma State and Kansas and Texas Tech and Texas A&M gone, but they lost their big boys.
Initial hit.
Yeah.
OU and Texas are the name brands. They are.
No doubt. No doubt.
Kansas has basketball on lock, but OU and Texas, even Texas football not being back just yet.
Doesn't matter. See what happened?
Still landed Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning, #1 commit in the class of 2023. Just unbelievable resources, money, all that stuff behind those 2 universities. And this move makes a lot of sense, and I do believe it's the right move because at the highest levels, specifically football and basketball, there are a lot of things that are not going to be equitable anymore within college athletic departments. The realization that things are going to change, the fact that we're going to have fights when it comes to Title IX, when it comes to division of resources within universities. But at the highest level, they have to find a way to understand that this student-athlete business is now just that, student-athlete business. And so you have to mix your traditional athletic directors with a commissioner that has big business identity in the new era of college athletics.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. Grady, good morning to you.
Award-winning Friends of Superstars of the OD and the AM. What's happening?
Quite a bit, man. What's happening?
Yeah, apologies. I actually had to earn a living there for a quick second, so didn't mean to leave you guys with some dead air there. I would just, for the record, I want to point out that there are some people in the Albuquerque sports radio market that also have impressive Rolodexes, so just for the record. And I got a quick question about the LIV Golf and the controversy or the lack thereof. I remember, not so long ago when folks were pissed off at LeBron James about not condemning China for their human rights violations, and they basically said, well, if you're not going to condemn that and stand up for that, then
you support it.
Why are you saying and condemning things here at home? You're just a hypocrite. So my question is, are those same people going to say the same thing about the people on the LIV Golf Tour and the people that support those decisions? I mean, since those folks are taking Saudi money, are they no longer allowed to have an opinion lest they be hypocrites? So just putting that out there. And to get back to what you were talking about earlier, Jeff, and I want to, again, congratulate you on the success and the show. And we've had this conversation a bit. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of kids who've been pretty successful academically, musically, dance-wise, and a kid that's doing okay on the track and on the court. And, since they were little, we've always told them, said, look, if you do a good job, if you're good at what you do, don't walk around strutting and puffing your chest out. Other people will recognize you. And Coach Gonzalez calling in these awards, you guys are actually putting out a great product, doing a great job. And what I really like about it is you guys don't, get on the air and walk around and puff chest out, let you know we're the best, because you don't have to. The work that you put in, the result that you get out, it's greatly appreciated. And from one guy up in the village, hey, congratulations. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you, Grady. Grady's been listening to the show for a lot of years. I've told you a lot of. I didn't realize I didn't realize I became saying guy until recently. Like, there's a lot of things I say. I think I told you a number of times, probably recently, huh? People who are really good don't have to tell me they're good. And I don't know if we're worth a damn. And I was just telling JJ this. I'm not real good at bragging on myself. It's not my thing. Let's move, we're on to Cincinnati. Let's move on to the next one. The people who are good usually don't have to tell you how good they are. They usually show you. And I've always tried to say, all right, if I'm any good, then it'll get recognized. I tell Addie that all the time. Don't get too big, too little. But if you win, don't let it go to your head. Enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. Enjoy it. I mean, that's why you work. That's why right? Sports fans. It's like we talk about JJ. Enjoy the times you win because you don't.
You can.
Yeah, enjoy it. But don't let it go to your head, and don't get too low when you don't win. You don't get down if something goes wrong. If you know who you are, if you're convicted in what you do, and you think you're doing the right way for the right thing, the right way for the right reasons, then typically the right thing is going to happen. And I appreciate the kind words, JJ. I firmly believe the people who are really good. Michael Jordan never had to tell me how good he was. Tiger never had to tell me how good he was. Wayne Gretzky never had to tell me how good he was. You know what I mean? I don't think Mick Jagger ever told me how good he was. The best, the people who are really good usually don't have to tell me. And that's kind of what I like. Again, I think you know what awards are great for, Amory? I think they're really good for promotion. I think, you know, like congratulations to Bethany Miller, right? She won Best Sportscast. I think it's great for Channel 7 to promote her. They should. She won Best Sportscast, and it's awesome. Well deserved. You know, when it says in our open, you know, winners however many times we've won. I think that's what awards are for. I think it validates you to your audience, and I mean, there's a reason they do awards, right? There's a reason they recognize stuff. But I don't know. That's kind of always how I felt on that, and I appreciate Grady's call. So
Me too.
yeah, I don't know. The best comedians, they usually have to tell you how good
Absolutely not.
they are. Yeah, you kind of go out and go, wow, they're really good, huh? Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails, Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. All right, so AC's in on the live money. JJ, so why do players have to say anything? As JT said, if the money came from the cartel, he'd take it. But pretty sure he wouldn't say where it was coming from. Why does everyone need to know? I don't care. Let them live and get paid how they want. It's a little different, AC. I mean, this is, you know where the money's coming from.
JT, Grady had a great point. It's to
walk me
the NBA situation with China, the people that scored LeBron James, and that's fair, man. In the words of Brooks Koepka, opinions change. Well, do they just change because it's not the dude you love to hate, LeBron James, that you're bashing? That is just a bunch of golfers that you're like, that's cool. Because there was that time when that conversation was
100%.
hot and heavy, when they were on the China tour, people were destroying LeBron James because he's a heel. He's a person that people like to destroy. You have not heard that same fire.
These guys are getting hit. Well, first
Now,
of all, Brooks
LeBron
Koepka's
James
not LeBron James.
LeBron James is a different stratosphere.
That's right.
But that is a fair comment to bring
No,
up.
it's a fair comparison.
Why we are so easy to pass on this one, and so many people wanted to make a statement out of that.
Here's the deal. I mean, LeBron, again, if LeBron's taking Chinese money, you guys, how much does our this is kind of my bottom line on this, and I'll say it again. I've said it a million times. If our country is doing business with China, why can't individuals? Why can't individual citizens of that country do business with them? If the country is, we have an immense trade with China, don't we? Do we do business with them? So then why is it not okay? Well, I mean, and I guess the answer is this is your opportunity to make a stand for what is right and what's wrong. Okay, I'll listen to that. And if you're firm and you would walk away from the $125 million and you wouldn't go take that money, I'll believe you if that's what you're going to tell me. I no reason to believe you're lying. I can't sit here and tell you I know I would do that. And so I guess that's where I am. You know, LeBron is making money off his Chinese endeavors, right? Mm-hmm. Is the United States doing business with China? How much of the stuff we're touching right now is made in China? Look around this room, man. Right? A bunch. So I'm going to the phones when we get back. 505-246-0610. Looking forward to talking to the next guy because he's a big part of a lot of the hardware that's been won around here. So looking forward to that. Kirtland Federal Credit Union will help you achieve whatever it is your financial goals happen to be. What is it you're trying to do financially? What's your goal? They got products, personal service that'll get you wherever it is you want to be. Planning for retirement? Investing for retirement starts with Kirtland Financial Services, so you can talk to an advisor today. Start walking the path to a confident future. Want to improve your home? Turn the value in your home into cash that you can use for home improvements, upgrades, and more. Looking for a new home? Choose from a wide variety of mortgage programs. Partner with a team of friendly, knowledgeable mortgage experts who are 100% local. Buying a car? Competitive rates, unbeatable service. They will help you drive away with the vehicle you want and payments with which you can live. How can we help today is what they ask all the time at Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Stop by any branch or go online and find out. It's kirtlandfcu.org. KirtlandFCU.org. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, Click on the NFHS logo and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com.
All right. Getting a little too sappy around here. Getting a little like we're telling you how good we are. Got to simmer down now, y'all. Simmer down.
Simmer down now.
Settle it down.
I think it's nice.
It is nice. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to smile sometimes. We got plenty of hot takes ready to go. Plenty of people to bash. Plenty of people to tear down. It happens. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sports Talk Radio. But it's what we're all here for. In the NBA off-season time, I love to spend other people's money. It's one of my favorite things. And it's not my money. It's franchise's money. New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson. Looks like that marriage is going to come through when it's all said and done. 4 years, $110 million. Jalen Brunson, he's a really good guard. Had a good postseason with the Dallas Mavericks. But the New York Knicks going all in on Brunson. How's it going to work out for that franchise? All the small moves, too. That like the Denver Nuggets traded for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope this morning. Is that going to be headline news? No, but it's about building rotations. It's about having that depth in your franchise to try to compete for a title. And if you look at the Denver Nuggets, their fingers are crossed that Jamal Murray is going to be able to come back and work his way into being an impact player this season. Similar to what we saw with Klay Thompson in year one, to where it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but by the end of the season, you could count on Klay Thompson to be that contributor. Back-to-back NBA MVP Nikola Jokic, now with Jamal Murray. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a veteran perimeter defender. Michael Porter Jr. just at some point in time, and that dude's been injured since Missouri. But he missed the entire season with a back injury. They're a team in the Western Conference that's trying to make some of those fringe moves to move on up.
Got caught up by the boss. Sorry, Mr. Barry comment.
Congratulations!
More
and how good you are,
congratulations.
and
We were
here
just
we
talking
go.
about we like the sap today.
We were just talking about coffee, man. Come on.
Oh, is there
Simmer
something
down
going on
now.
with the coffee?
He actually he asked which school did Addie like the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wake Forest, Duke.
Good question.
And I'm like, I
Can she put out a social media post with a bunch of logos and say, I've narrowed my list down to 20?
yeah. Well, every campus we go to, like we were at UC Irvine 2 weekends ago, it's like, wow, this is really cool. Yeah, it is. We've been to UCLA. Wow, this is cool. UC Santa Barbara's right on the way. Wow. There hasn't been one that sucked.
Put out the
You just
Instagram
knew the
post.
Wake Forest vibe wasn't for her. Like, she loved the campus, but that's probably not her
Vibe,
spot.
yeah.
All right, cool.
I just want to see
Go experience some East
Addie
Coast.
and then like 15 college logos.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the mix.
And then she's gonna put on a hat.
Offering NIL deals.
Or yeah, seriously, she'll put on the hat, or she'll probably meet a few more equipment guys. I tell you, I don't
Man,
even-
I want
That
that.
UNC
That's
quarter
fire.
zip is sharp.
So if I told this on the air, just to you guys, the equipment guy at UNC gave us a tour. So we go to Duke, we go to Shefskyville, we go in Cameron. The Carolina, Jason Freeman, who is a stud, tours us. He gives us around campus through the whole football facility. Addie didn't even she heard about quarterback rooms, but she didn't. She saw the room. They actually have their own rooms, Dad. Oh yeah, this is where they break down the video. This is the meeting room. This is the weight room, the locker room. Their whole construction. She's here. She's on the field, and then he's like, "What size are you?" She's like, "What?" And he gives her, running shorts and a shirt. And then he looks at me. Well, what size are you? I'm like, "Dude, I got enough." He's like, "No, you have to have a Carolina blue." He's like, "You do quarter zips," and I freaking lived in quarter zips.
Yeah.
So
the Tar Heels, Jeff.
So
the ceiling is the roof.
And Hubert Davis was in the room the other night too. He won the Coach of the Year award. So up there were so many Tar. Stuart Scott was a Tar Heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were in Tar Heel country now. It was crazy. So I don't know if she has a favorite or not. Hoser, what's up, man?
Good morning, Mr. Three-Time, Mr. Fantastic,
Stop it.
Mrs. I Have Jokes.
Stop it.
Is Adrian working today?
Yeah, he's working.
Oh, and Adrian.
Yeah.
Good morning to everybody. Congratulations once again on another championship season. As you well know, I got to be part of one of those glorious championships a few years back. So
yes, you did.
Just glad to be part of that team. Because you guys carry it for sure. JJ definitely, when Mr. Three-Time is gone to other obligations, he's always right there. He's a great backup, and he's great to just step in and take that starting role like a champion. So congratulations, guys. Glad to hear it.
Well, thanks for everything you did. I was telling Anne-Marie earlier, man. You're part of this. All these little acrylics we get, and Julia and Skip and Joe and Michael Ann and everybody.
This is the 6th?
So you guys are looking
Six of the
forward
last
to.
seven,
I'm
but-
assuming they're
Yeah,
going to
we're
have
like the
dinner
Bulls.
and all, right?
What's that?
They're coming up next month. Are you guys going to go to the dinner and everything?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's going to be exciting. You get to see all the stars that come out from the Metro. I really enjoyed that, and hopefully, Jeff, have they started to say your name right finally? You always mention that as far
What do
as
they say?
mispronunciation of your last name.
No, it's always mispronounced. The guy in Winston-Salem did.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
A lot of
He got it right, right?
Yeah, he did it right.
Simbadas?
I don't know, Simbadas, Simbedas, whatever, man. I've been called worse by better, so.
Yeah, just tell him, hey, just Mr. Three-Time is suffice.
Stop.
That'll work.
Yeah, no.
Hey, guys, speaking about money, making money, and not really working very hard, I came across a cool little fact here. Did you know that Chase Daniel will surpass $41 million in earnings this year,
I would have guessed more than that. That's funny. Okay.
which ranks 62nd all-time in NFL QB earnings?
62nd? How many games has he started? 2?
He's only started 5 games,
5 games.
in a total of 13 years, with an average of 6.5 yards per passing attempt. The absolute backup legend. What a guy, huh?
He's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Take the money. Don't work too hard. Stay with the clipboard. And I think he's on his what? I think is he with the Chargers
I have
right
no
now?
idea where he is. No idea. He's this generation's Mark Brunell, right? Although Mark Brunell actually played for a while. Yeah, he played for a while and went to an AFC
He's on the
Championship
Chargers.
game.
No, we call that the Tony Snell.
Okay. No, that's good living.
Yeah.
Anyway, we used to ask the question, would you rather be the last guy on the bench on an NBA team or the third string quarterback?
I take the third string quarterback for sure.
Who gets paid more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if you're the last
the
guy on the
season's not
NBA,
as long.
if you're the last guy on the NBA bench and you got to go in, you don't get just your head kicked in. I'm just saying, you just go in and blowouts and then you live the life.
That's a good
2 minutes, 1 rebound.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what you make?
Yes.
$8 million this year. Yeah. So, all right, man.
All right, you guys, congratulations again.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Hoser, man. He's a legend. Hello, Terry. How are you?
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Good morning, A. Marie. Congrats to you, Jeff, on your award, but I imagine all the special memories you guys share with Addie and you all will, over the next few years or many, many years, be able to talk about probably means 100 times more than just the award. So hopefully we'll hear more stories throughout the week. to Honorary. I'm glad as the 6th seed, everybody trying to move on our nice guy 6th seed. Me, Howard, Sean, Fred. Proud to be on the same line with you guys. Coach Gonzalez, we can make room for you. You can move up from your 15 if you want.
Hey, what about me?
Jason, what? Hey, Marie, you want to move up too? You're
Sure.
moving up to a 1. You're going to be the big 15, take down the 2, big time. You're gonna ride your way. You're gonna be the St. Peter's of this group, and you'll rock and roll. Now I know what Jason was in charge of. In 2015, I think Jason was in charge of picking the NBA Finals MVP. I could just tell by the way he made his selections there, but I digress. Now, regular golf, the PGA, I thought it was a pretty cool tournament. The amateur who finished 4th.
Yeah.
And just got that huge ovation coming down the 18th fairway.
And then Thigala.
Yeah. And, the poor kid that doubled the last hole.
Thigala, yeah.
Your man, Shoffley got the win. Some of those things, will they happen in Live Golf or not? I don't know if they'll ever let amateurs play on that. And put on a couple that way. But I thought that was just pretty cool for the regular standpoint there from them moving on. But, as we do it and as we live through our memories, and that's pretty cool for the Tar Heel year. Did you do the Dean Dome? Did you go through there?
Didn't go to the Dean Dome, no. So when we were, 2 things. It was dumping rain, pouring, and we had to get back for the dinner. We had to go back and shower. Addie had put on her dress, and I had to shower and,
do your hair.
Yeah, it was literally because it's an hour, 15-minute drive, and it was raining, and so we just didn't get there. We got to the football stadium, but we didn't get to the Dean Dome. No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a nice venue.
Do my hair.
From that standpoint, seeing Kentucky play North Carolina there one year was pretty awesome. But no, it sounds like it was a wonderful time for you, and you guys have always done a wonderful job and all that. And from that level, I always have to be kind, so I keep my 6th seed. So you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe.
All right,
Take
later.
care.
All right, so I'm looking at the seating now. So for those of you, I guess Jason sent a full bracket of callers. And I was like, wow, Speech got up to a 5 seed. Okay, Gene, he's on the same line with Gene and Carl and Tony. Like, that's high. It felt – and which Marty is the 7 seed? Is it Marty 1 or Marty 2? Do we know?
I don't know. Jeff's got to see the email, though. You got to read it at some point.
Oh, have
for
you not
yourself.
read the email?
No, we did.
Okay.
He's looking at it right now.
Oh, you are, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Garcia was a little underseeded at a 14. Lobo Hobo certainly underseeded with Hondo at a 13. But, no, it's a good little bracket. It's a very good little bracket. It's actually a great email, too. All right, we'll wrap things up. You can get in 505-246-0610. Looks like the Big 12 is official on the commissioner. It'll take first on the 1st of August. Well, he's going to go to work soon. So that's a big, big move by the Big 12. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us this morning. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact.
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Hey, here's a little public service announcement, and I don't know the exacts, but just kind of a heads up, and if it affects you, look out. So the damn freeway's closed going north. So our flight was delayed, and then by the time you wait for the rental or the parking vehicle to get there and get, so we rolled out of the airport about 11:45 last night, and you go down to get on the freeway, and the ramp's closed. Well, and there's no signage up there that says, "Hey, I-25 north ramp closed." I'm like, oh bleep. All right, well, I just want to go to bed, man. I just want to go home. So I go down Gibson to Broadway, and all right, I'll come back up University and get on. It's closed at University too, and it was closed at it's like, so I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's been in the news, but if you're out of town, you don't know it's in the news, and there's no signs. So I just finally got back on Lomas, took it all the way over to I-40. But yeah, that sucked. That was like the last little, hey, you're not going to bed yet, because by then I was all snoozy. Doesn't beat the guy with the broken down John Deere. Come on, Cletus. So great. It was so good. Then we went to Charleston, South Carolina. That's where we had lunch yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that just 2 hours in Charleston. I took her down.
I love Charleston.
Charleston's unbelievable. We had a quick seafood sampler with blackened catfish.
So good.
Shrimps, scallops, oysters.
Do you remember what it's called? Where you went?
Yeah, it was Henry's.
Yeah.
Hanks is my favorite place in Charleston, although I really love Magnolia, and there's another place we went by. And then the roof bar, they call it the rooftop bar, when Gildan was our title sponsor, I got to spend a lot of time there because that's where they're based. So that's a place. Put that on your list. Tim Court, the former sports editor for AP, was on our flight coming back. Put that on your list of places to go. Is Charleston? Don't you think?
Charleston.
Emery?
Oh yes, I loved it.
It was packed too. It was packed. But yeah, it was.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it was. It's just the
Historic.
history there is
It's really cool.
It's it was kind of
It's
the
charming.
Hub, it was the hub of slavery, right? And the stories that it tells, and the Civil War stories, and the Old South stories, and JJ, you can't. I mean, you just can't.
So fun.
You can't unless you go like to McDonald's or something and get a bad one. You can't get a bad meal
No,
there.
absolutely not.
Yeah, it was really good.
Beautiful.
All right, 505-246-0610. Mike's in on Addison's College, Jeff Lou. If gas prices keep going up and the Dow keeps going the other way, she might end up at overpriced State U. No kidding, right? And it'll be the most expensive one she can find, I'm going to guess. People are saying, this is, I already read you that one. Bourne says on the Live Golf Tour, Jeffrey, people keep saying PGA needs to do more for the marginal player. Well, Live isn't helping those guys either. It's top 40 guys that are cashing in. If you're 150th ranked player, you're not seeing any of that Saudi-soiled cash. So you're not, but if you fill out their tour, JJ, if you fill out their field of, is it 48 players? So if you're the last guy in and you finish 20th out of 40, you're making a pretty good payday. You fit dead last, you make 120 grand.
His point is, all this talk about things need to change. Like, you're not the dude that is in the negative because a hotel and caddy fees and he's grinding and he's trying to live his PGA Tour dream. And this isn't changing any of that for him unless the PGA
Unless he
Tour
gets on there,
says he won't, though.
Well, okay, I want to look at the field tomorrow. Yeah. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow. We're going to know the top 15 dudes pretty well. Pat Perez is in there. I want to see who's in there and where the rankings are. Do you have the field up? Is that what did it just give it to you? Because if you get in, and that's the one thing I don't know is they keep adding guys. What's the deal? Who they bump and how are they?
Like, there's room for a couple of those. Who the heck are these guys?
Yeah,
but
which was the
PGA
leaderboard
Tour is larger in their field, so they're not going to be able to have as much amenities.
Correct.
For all these guys.
100%.
And it's hard when you hear the most well-off golfers complaining about the PGA Tour because that made you a well-off golfer.
That's right.
And you're like, well, I have to golf too much. Oh, no, you have to work for your money. I am so sorry that you have to play 12 golf tournaments a year instead of 8. Like, you can make those decisions. You're a professional. Everyone has to make a decision in their life when it comes to work and being away from your family at some point in time. We all have to do that. And to hear Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed cry me a freaking river because I had to be away from their family. Well, look, all of us have our hands up too. You want me to feel sorry for you? No.
It is so great of a point. And like they chose this profession, and you're right. I'm sorry you only made $2.7 million playing golf last year, whatever it is. I'm sorry that you had to work. How many weeks did you have? Oh, you had to work 30 weeks a year. Now, look, nobody's saying it's easy. Nobody's saying it's not a grind. But JJ, thank you, because perspective is so. And you're the one who always says you can't compare sports to real life, but you had to work 20 weeks a year, 22 weeks a year, and you made how much money? Ernie Johnson said this the other day. He said this is the first trip he's taken with his wife because they have their son that Michael, who was it MS, right? Who passed away recently. So somebody that was always with their son. But he said, we don't have normal jobs. Van Pelt said the same thing. And Van Pelt's got he says, his wife Stacy was there. We don't have normal jobs. They're not home at night. They miss games. She stays up. She gets up early because he sleeps in. They all chose that, right? Nobody's feeling bad for him. Are you feeling bad for the guy who's out on tour and has to work 32 weeks a year? And now he's telling you, well, they don't care about me, and now I'm going overseas. No, you're dead on. Now, I'll stick up for them when I say it's not. They say it's not easy. Nobody's got an easy job. And by the way, when they play, they don't have guaranteed money like maybe you do if you get a salary. Okay. By the way, it's not guaranteed if you don't do your job. But if they don't play at a certain level, they cost them money.
Like, all of a sudden, like, golf is not about winning anymore. Like
kind of isn't, is it?
No.
Is anybody going to care who wins? Well, they get $4 million.
No, it's they're like, oh, why would I play in a golf tournament if I don't make money? Well, there's only going to be a certain percentage. Like I agree. No one's talking about it. Like very few are. They're trying to say the PGA Tour. Like I think if you make a PGA Tour tournament, if you have a PGA Tour membership, like you should at least you shouldn't lead.
You shouldn't lose money. Yeah, you shouldn't lose
like,
money.
I think that's a fair thing to ask for. Even if I didn't make the
You
cut
get a
this
stipend.
weekend.
Yeah.
But I
Here's
shouldn't
your
be
travel
coming
and
out in the
expenses.
negative.
Here-
Like I think that's absolutely fair.
Here's
for
$5,000
the
or whatever.
PGA Tour to not have dudes grinding to come out on top. But now all of a sudden we're like, I finished 20th, and it's just not acceptable for me to only get this amount of money. Okay.
Yeah, I made $112,000 for that. I mean, whatever. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. This is the rich complaining about not being richer, and it's hard to listen sometimes.
And so looking at the field in Portland this week, there's about 20 guys I counted that I think all of us would be like, I have no
Who
idea
are they?
that
So read me a few names.
I can't pronounce.
All right, and then that's 100% right. All right, so that means there's about 28 guys that you're familiar with.
So you got Abraham Answer
Yeah.
is in there.
Patrick
Matthew
Reed's
Wolf
in there.
just joined them.
Who? Matthew
Matthew
Wolf?
Wolf.
I didn't know that.
Just joined them this week.
All right, we'll go through it tomorrow because it's going to be going tomorrow. All right, good stuff today. Thanks to Sebastian Noel for being with us. Thanks to Danny Gonzalez for lobbing us that phone call. Really appreciate that. It was good to be back today. Jim Rome Show is next. Heard with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock. And then you get Isotopes and the Sugarland Space Cowboys this evening.
Let's go.
Great work today.
Thank you.
For
Welcome back.
Thanks for dealing with all this lunacy in here. Adrian, great work today. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with more award-winning radio then. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
In fact, this game was scheduled for 9 a.m. and we rescheduled it to the afternoon. Can Dalton Shpilka stay alive? Oh, that one's a little long. And that does it. Game, set, and match in favor of Cameron King.
Two-2 pitch. That's well hit. It might be trouble. No. Sliding catch and right by Noah Morlock.
That's a hit past the pitcher. And just like that, we'll have another runner come in. And wow, just like that. La Cueva strikes again as Melania Macias comes in.
Oh, 2. Line to second for the double play. Leadoff base runner erased. He was straying a little far on a line shot to the shortstop long, and he turns and tosses it to Padilla for the double play. What?
So the second serve from Boson is in. Cross-court action going on at this point, and it pays off for Boson.
Make a play. There is the bunt, popped it up again. Long run, Cooper, and he's going to make the play. Catchers showing off their leather in this one. I'm out of it. In off the hands, right at Karras. He's going to short hop, scoop that, and turn the double play, maybe. Yes!
Whoa.
Double play! Karras let that one drop, and then a really tough hop. He certainly did that on purpose.
Wow, that's a shot. Wow, that'll do it. Oh my gosh. Man, a shot to center field over the fence for Genesis Jaramillo. And that's it, man. 10-0.